Hello and welcome to Tracy Momey Reads. Well, my friends, we have sort of come to the end in that today will be the last book review that I do for 2021. I cannot believe I started this channel in January of this year, and with so much other stuff going on, but I wanted to be consistent with posting every week. I faltered a few times, but I'm just going to pat myself on the back because I think overall I did pretty darn good. Just bringing books that I read and that I enjoyed and that I wanted to share with you guys. And I've talked about this in other videos. The majority of the books that I have shared have all been books that I have actually enjoyed. I've read other books this year that I may not have enjoyed as much. So I'm not going to waste my time. Time is precious. Why would I waste my time doing a video about a book I didn't like or telling you guys about a book that I didn't like? I want to share books that I liked so that you could, if you're looking for recommendations or things to add to your own TBR. So, and just being a writer, I think I say about every book I didn't like the ending or I would have ended it different. But all the books, for the most part, were books that I felt were worth my time and books that I really enjoyed and would, totally recommend to other people. So at the end of this video, I'm just going to do like a little quick slideshow of my top 5 favorite books of 2021. But the book that I want to review today is called The Archer by Paulo Coelho. And I don't know, I've read so many books by him. Hopefully I'm saying his name right, because y'all know me, I'll be saying somebody's name all wrong with just mad confidence. But I know Paulo is the right way to say his first name, but he's the author of The Alchemist and so many other great books. All of his books are like fables, if you will. There's always, regardless to what's going on in the main story, there is this like lesson learned through this quest and a lot of gems that are kind of dropped along the way. And The Archer was no exception. This book is hella short, 15 sections, but I don't even know if they're 2 or 3 pages long. And it's about an archer, obviously the title, but this guy comes to this village looking for this world famous archer because he wants to show him that he's better than him, right? And they go out and he has the guy, shoot one of the arrows and he hits the target. But the experienced archer goes up on like he goes like on a little mountain or a hill or somewhere. Like his situation is different. It's not balanced. It's kind of jagged and he's able to hit the target. So kind of like right off the bat, there's this whole thing. If all the conditions are, perfect, you could potentially hit your goal every time. But when things are kind of off kilter, can you still hit those goals? So of course, that's, classic Paulo Coelho, or how you say his name. That's classic type of stuff that he delivers in a lot of his work. And this one was no different. There's because I highlight, it says you know how to shoot when all the circumstances are favorable, but if you are on dangerous ground, you cannot hit the target. So, he has a lot of stuff like that he offers in this very short book. And most of the lessons are given to a younger boy who accompanies the archer and this guy who comes to brag about how great he is. So when the guy who thought he was all that great, he vows that he's going to go back and kind of like go back to the drawing board and practice and become even better. So the older archer is walking home with this young boy who has accompanied them. And, the boy's like, I want to be an archer. I didn't even know you did that. Give me some lessons or give me, some information on how I can do that. But what he's doing, like he's telling him about how to be an archer, like with the bow and, the practice and all that. But there's all these little gems, again, that totally can be applied to life that, that he's giving the boy as well. And he talks about having allies who can help you on your journey, right? Whether it's other archers or people that are supporting you. But then he gives him this tidbit that I thought was like totally profound again. It says, people always judge others by taking as a model their own limitations. And other people's opinions are often full of prejudice and fear. And oh my God, that is so true, especially I think if you look back, if you're an older person, you could totally relate to this. Like your parents, if you told them that you wanted to be a trapeze artist, right? And you may be very good at balancing and at the trapeze and all of that, but that sounds ridiculous to them because they're afraid for you or how other people are going to see you. You know, do something normal, something that makes money, something where you're going to have benefits, so that I don't have to tell people my child is a trapeze artist. Or they're coming from a standpoint, maybe in their mind, I always wanted to be a circus clown, but I didn't make it. So I know my child isn't going to make it. You know, they put their own fear or prejudice on whatever it is you're trying to do. So you have to kind of be watchful of those type of people when you're sharing, you know, your passions or things that you want to do. Because if they don't have the vision, they literally can't see it and they don't think that it's possible. So that was another, you know, little gem that was in the book. And he tells him about the bow and how the arrows, there was one part he said, like when you're shooting your arrow, you really don't know where it's going to land. And, you know, it takes years and years of practice before it actually hits the target that you're aiming for. And another gem that he drops, but he says, if you never take a risk, you will never know what changes you need to make. So as you can see, everything in the book, as with all his books, apply to real life. Like he just uses these little fables and these little stories, to kind of disperse nuggets and to kind of make you see things in a different way and to maybe have aha moments that aren't so in your face, you know, because a lot of times when you're telling people, I mean, you could tell somebody, hey, if you don't take risks or make changes, you're never going to be successful. But like, until you can kind of apply it to something specific that person maybe is interested in, or you can show them an example, a lot of times people won't get it. You know, they won't get the messages that you're trying to, they have to be open to receive the messages that you're trying to give them, or the, you know, tidbits or tips or whatever. So yeah, I was like really shocked at how short this book was. I mean, you could probably read this whole thing in an hour, like legit, you actually probably could. There's another section, it's like about how to hold the arrow. And he's talking about, you know, how you got to treat it with care and all that. And it's like real stuff that I would imagine, I'm not an archer, but I think it's probably real stuff that can be practically used if you're someone who is into archery. But how he brings these little things in here is just so amazing to me. But he talks about the arrow. He says that the arrow can appear fragile, but the strength of the archer means it can carry the energy of his body and mind a long way. So if you have something that you're doing that may not seem very tangible, it's how you bring your energy and your enthusiasm and your passion and your knowledge or whatever to the thing that's going to really make it soar. So yeah, I could go on and on with this little bitty book, but I'm going to stop there. But yeah, I checked that one out from the library. So I think that would be a good book to maybe gift to someone, or maybe to a young person, because like there's a story there, but there's also life lessons in there. So again, so it's not so in your face, or you're trying to, you know, preach or give someone a lecture. So anyway, yeah, this book is called, so yeah, The Archer. A great way to end the year with a quick read, because there's so much going on right now with the holidays. But it was a quick read, inspirational to carry you to the next year and to kind of look back at what all has been accomplished for 2021. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot thank you enough. I think I started off this year, I may have had like a handful of subscribers, and I'm like at 160 something. And for most people, that may seem like not a lot, but I know slow and steady wins the race, and I'm going to hang in there and, not force anything. But as I read books that I enjoy, I'm going to bring them to the channel, and hopefully, you guys will still be watching, and it'll be something that inspires you. So thanks to everyone who watches, everyone who subscribes. And it seems like y'all should be the same people. If you're watching, you should be subscribing. You should go subscribe right now. And thank you to everyone that leaves a comment. And a lot of people have even reached out offline. So I appreciate, that as well. Make sure you like this video, comment, and subscribe. And I am wishing you the very best for 2022. May you have an abundance of good health, prosperity, and peace of mind going into the new year. See you guys next time. Bye.